What's going on, guys? King here, back with another video on the channel. Today is a very happy day for me. I get to make one of my favorite staple meals. It is my Stromboli. Now, the reason that I like doing this is because it is extremely versatile. You can put whatever you want inside of these bad boys. As long as you've got the gist down of how to do the basics, it is one of the easiest things you will ever make. It basically goes with anything. You can make them sweet, you can make them savory, or you can do traditional types of Strombolis. If you don't know what a Stromboli is, think rolled up pizza. Sometimes I forget I am from New Jersey, born and raised, and it is something that we eat in every pizzeria around here. Some places don't have them, which, damn, you're missing out. But without further ado, we're gonna do a nice one today. Let's get into it. So side note, if you're new here, if you hear me saying the term freestyle, it means I thought of it off the top. No different with this. This Stromboli is things that I found in my fridge, everyday stuff that I already had sitting in there. Yes, I just have food sitting in my fridge. Welcome to 2020. When I cook, like I say all the time, I do work a full-time job. This is not my job at all. I come home, I just see what's going, and then I go from there. So this stuff that you were about to see that is going in here is completely off the top. I have an idea of what it's gonna taste like just because I've had a lot of food in my life, if you can't tell. Then that's what we're gonna do today. Anyway, let's get back to it. What I've got here is some chicken breakfast sausage. Now, I'm not making anything breakfast-wise, but you can see the macros on here. 2.5 grams of fat, 45 grams of link, 5 grams of protein. That is very, very good for these. You get good volume out of it. I got 2 packs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these bad boys up and we're going to get them on the stove so we can get a nice char on them. Char just makes things taste better. You'll understand. Let's chop these up real quick. So we chop these bad boys up using my trusty knife right here. It's my favorite knife. I love that knife. Nice bite-sized pieces. I've got my stove already nice and hot so I can just chuck these on here. So let's take a walk over there. Got my pan nice and hot over here. You can see the smoke starting to come off. I'm just looking for a quick sear, get a nice bark on these. I don't use oil because I don't eat many things that have oil in them. You can if you want to, but I use Pam just because I don't need the extra calories. That's just how I roll. So let's get these bad boys on here. Let me get the rest of these on here, add the rest of the ingredients. Let's get to it. Now you can see they're already starting to get a nice bark to it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning because these sauces don't come with Italian seasoning, not much. And I'm also going to add a little bit of roasted garlic powder. This is a lot stronger. I usually use fresh garlic, but this is a freestyle and I didn't have any left. So we're just gonna take that out. Damn, that smells good. You can see they got a nice little crust on them, just a little bit. We're not trying to burn them, just get a little flavor to them. So they're dancing a little bit. Gonna add some pre-cut peppers, strips that I made before. You can buy these pre-packaged in almost every store. If you look in the produce section, you can buy them frozen, whatever you want to. Also, diced tomatoes as well for the veggies, for the content. Stir those bad boys up, let them dance a little bit more, and then we on to the next step. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Cooking with one hand is not easy, but it's what we're looking for. Get a little flip to them. Please don't get stuff all over your floor and try this at home, kids. Step, a little bit of roasted garlic tomato sauce. I would say about 1/2 cup. That's it. We're not trying to make this too crazy because we are adding a little bit more ingredients to this, and you don't want an extremely saucy boli. Bolis aren't saucy. You dip them in sauce. Anyway, stir them up. Been going for a little bit, about 5 to 10 minutes at a simmer. You gotta let this cool off. Big pro tip, do not stuff a Stromboli with hot ingredients. You will get all kinds of messiness. You don't want that. So let these get a little bit cooler. But since the next ingredient we're adding is a cool ingredient, it doesn't have to cool down that much. So I'm gonna preheat the oven, show you how to roll the boli up, and away we go. So we got these off the oven. You can see there's still steam. It's starting to cool off a little bit. We're gonna add our 2 cold ingredients, which is just really a ton of cheese. Bolis, in my opinion, should always be cheesy. We didn't have any mozzarella, so we're going with the cheddar. This is fat-free. It's about 85 grams. So we're gonna get that bad boy into the pool, as well as some ricotta. Now this ricotta cheese, ricotta, if you don't know, this is a Jersey thing. It's fat-free as well. I don't really notice the difference between fat-free and the regular on that. So we're gonna stir this bad boy up, and we're gonna stuff this bad boy inside of a Stromboli and throw it in the oven, and dinner is served. What I have here is a store-bought pizza crust. You can get it in the pizza crust section by frozen in the dairy aisle. I'm not gonna say the brand because we ain't plugging nobody unless they show me the money. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. So it's real easy. It's the kind you can get that's rectangular. It is the easiest way to make it. You want to make your own pizza crust, knock yourself out. You want to buy a different kind of pizza crust, knock yourself out. But this one for me is the easiest to do, and it's much easier to work with. This is the thin kind. So I'm gonna get my filling on here. Hard to cook with one hand. We're gonna get the filling on. I'm gonna show you how to roll it up, and into the oven we go. All right, so that's what our filling looks like. It's a little cool, which is what we want. You wanna make sure it's not touching the edges on either side because then it can start to seep out. You can see it's already got edges around here and I got it formed up nice. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these corners like so. I'm gonna fold them over and then start to roll it up like it was just a giant burrito or even toilet paper, which sounds really, really strange, but whatever. Once I roll that up, you'll see the finished product. Like I said, this is really, really simple. So now we're all rolled up and ready to go. You can see I cut slits in the top. Now that's to let it breathe. If you don't do that, you'll start to warp your boli, and you don't want that. And also I added some oregano, salt and pepper, and a little bit of an egg wash. Now, being health conscious again, it's just a little bit of egg whites. You can use spray butter. You can even use Pam spray. I've done it before. It works. So all of the above will work. You can use regular eggs if you don't care, but that is what I use, and that is what we've got. Now, I've got to do that one more time. I've still got more filling over there because I eat 2 bolis because, you know, I'm a big boy got to eat. So I'm going to roll up one more. We're going to show you how to go in the oven, and that's it. Boli number 2 is successful. You can see, same idea, same thing. I've already got my oven preheated. It is at 420 degrees. I'm going to put this in the middle rack for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put it on the top rack for another 10 minutes. So I set my timer. Let's get this bad boy in the oven. All right, so we're on the middle rack. Close that bad boy up. 420. Can't even, all right, there we go. Can't even talk. All right, so 10 minutes. We're going to set that. We're going to walk away, and we'll come back, and then we'll see what it looks like. Back in the oven for a little bit. But that's all you got to do. All right, so let's check on them. They should be slightly brown at this time. I'm going to try not to burn my hand. That's really good, Dave. There you go. Yep, so they should be slightly brown at this time. I need both my hands. Hold, please. These are exactly where we want them to be. They're slightly brown. The dough is formed enough. It's hot as hell. I'll stop touching hot stuff. To that it won't fall apart. So now what we're looking for to finish it off is to get these nice and golden brown on the top just a little bit more. That's how I like my bolis. You can see the filling in there starting to come up real nice, and it didn't bubble out. It's what we're looking for. So I'm going to do one more thing. I accidentally got rid of my egg wash, so just to prove a point, I'm actually going to use the Pam. So we're going to just give it a couple of sprays of Pam just to kind of help with the browning process. It's already seasoned, so we don't need to touch it. We're going to put these back in the oven. I'm not going to change anything about it, just put it on the top rack, and then I'm going to leave it on for about 5 minutes, and at that point is when I start checking it. When they look good, they're already cooked. You just pull them right out. Could take up to 10 minutes, depending on what's in there or how different your oven may be, but anywhere generally 5 to 10. I told you I'm not good at writing recipes, so here we go. 5 to 10 minutes. Right, so that's the finished product. We are about done, as you can see. Now, it is hot as heck, so I'm not going to touch it. I'll let these cool for a little while, throw them on a plate, then we'll be able to cut them open and see what they look like on the inside, but I am sure they're going to be good. Let me let these cool off, and I'll be right back. So there it is. Nice little sausage and pepper stromboli, fresh and hot out the oven. Boy, this looks so good. Nice ricotta going on in there. I am excited. See what's going on in there. Bro, this is going to be crazy. And it's hot, but I can't wait to eat it. Who wants a bite? It's going to be good. What we saying? I can see the steam. I'm going to burn my mouth, but whatever. For the content. Now that is really, really hot. I suggest you let it cool off longer than I did, but the ricotta is nice and creamy. With that cheddar cheese, it actually adds a bit of sharp to it, which I like. Nice seasoned garlic. Got that sausage, which is spicy. This is crazy. I'm a big fan. Let's get another one. I like these cool guys. So there you have it. That is the boli. It's tasty. It is delicious. And best of all, this whole thing was made in under 30 minutes. That includes the cook time in the oven and the prep time. Very simple to make. You can make some crazy combos with it. If you have ideas for boli combos, I'm willing to try them. Drop them in the comments. But the same thing. Appreciate the love. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to try. Make some macro-friendly stuff. But I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.